Muscle cars are an American icon that boomed through the 60s and mid-70s. There was over 72 muscle cars to choose from back in that era. In comparison to today, there are only 5, and technically 1. Muscle cars are an American-made, two-door sports car with powerful engines designed for high-performance driving. A large V8 is fitted in a two-door, rear-wheel drive, family-style compact, mid-size, or full-size car designed for 4 or more passengers. Sold at an affordable price, muscle cars are intended for street use and occasional drag racing. The demand for big cars with big power was like wildfire after World War II, so the market was flooded with options. But of course, everything nice has its troubles. By 1965, automobile accidents became the leading cause of death of Americans under age 44. Manufacturers didn't really focus on safety since it wasn't thought about or at least wanted by consumers. Muscle cars were meant to be reliable, comfortable, and fast, but safety was not taken as a consideration. And since it became an issue, the government took action against it. On September 9, 1966, President Lyndon Johnson signs the National Traffic Motor Vehicle Safety Act into law. In order to combat the high casualties, Mr. Johnson signs the NTMVSA to empower and let the government regulate the car market. Immediately afterward, he signed the Highway Safety Act. The two bills made the federal government responsible for setting and enforcing safety standards for cars and roads. Ralph Nader published Unsafe at Any Speed, which is a book that raised awareness about the issue of safety in cars. His book influenced the push for safer vehicles, which impacted Johnson's actions. Since car companies' lobbyists managed to water down the safety standards in the final bill considerably, it did not do an immediate impact on muscle cars. The NTMVSA gave birth to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, which enforces the federal motor vehicle safety standards. These standards contributed to the changes that were done to muscle cars throughout the years. Since government regulations became increasingly strict, the cost increased, making the affordable muscle car fade away. If you take a look at the 1970 Chicago Auto Show, you will see that a good amount of cars are fuel-gulping muscle cars. But as soon as you go through the years, you slowly begin to see it gets dominated by smaller fuel-efficient cars, and muscle cars begin to fade away. For instance, the 1970 Mustang Boss 302 Fastback cost $3,720 MSRP, which converts to $23,355 with inflation. Fast forward to 1984, the Mustang 3-door hatchback SVO cost $15,245 MSRP, or $36,540 with the fixed inflation price. 14 years of regulations caused the price of the top-of-the-line Mustang to increase by $13,185, which is a considerable amount. But the price wasn't the only thing that took a hit. Performance was also affected. The 1970 Mustang Boss was not as held back from regulations, so it was able to push out 375 brake horsepower and 450 pound-feet of torque with its 5-liter V8, while the 1984 Mustang SVO only made an embarrassing 175 horsepower with its small 2.3-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. The progressively tighter limits on tailpipe emissions forced automakers to detune engines via lowered compression ratios, fewer carburetors, more restrictive intakes, and other power-sapping measures. As you can see, the numbers say it all, and it decreased tremendously. The whole movement even influenced advertisements. Just take a look at these TV commercials.
Norman discovered the ticket to adventure when he took the Mustang Pledge. Mustang, the original, America's favorite sports car, with 3 new models.
Notice how they mentioned it was the original America's favorite sports car.
To 9 different positions. 390 cubic inch V8.
It even says it had a bone-shaking 390 cubic inch V8.
Norman discovered a new wave of excitement.
Take the pledge!
Take the Mustang pledge. No telling where it will lead. You're ahead in a Ford, all the way.
8 years later, Ford releases these ads that tell a different story.
What's America's best-selling small luxury car?
What?
Ford Mustang 2. It outsells Monza, Skyhawk, Starfire. It outsells all of them put together. Know why?
Why?
Value.
Oh.
Mustang 2's base sticker price includes steel-belted radials, 4-speed four-shift, rack and pinion steering, and more.
Wow.
And Ford Mustang.
So the Mustang went from America's best sports car to America's best small luxury car. But wait, it doesn't end there.
The embassy is buzzing in anticipation of major fuel economy news from Ford.
We have dominated the world in fuel economy.
Domination over.
The new Mustang 2 MPGs are here.
Ford acts on mileage by introducing Mustang 2 MPG, an American car rated at 34 miles per gallon highway with a lower sticker price than any foreign car in its class.
Ich habe das nicht gewusst.
The new Mustang 2 MPGs at your local Ford dealer.
Not only did the Mustang's category change, but also its purpose and engine. It was introduced as a fuel-efficient American car rated at 34 miles per gallon highway with a 2.3-liter four-cylinder engine. But why downgrade the engine to half its original size? Fuel economy. Retail gasoline prices in the US increased 40%, and consumers often faced long lines at service stations. The 1973 oil crisis caused an extreme shortage of fuel, so gas-sipping cars became very attractive to consumers. The market continued and moved on. Many muscle cars were being executed off lots, and very little survived the struggle to meet federal motor vehicle safety standards that became increasingly stricter. Fortunately, this era did not last forever, and today technology has advanced enough to get real performance out of these vehicles. But they did not come back as the original muscle cars. They are more expensive and aren't exactly like they were back then. But hey, at least manufacturers are making fun vehicles again. The only true muscle car today is a Dodge Challenger. Big, heavy, two-door, growling V8, dominant drag racer, and stuck to the original 70s design. Today's Mustang, Camaro, and Corvette are basically sports cars, and the Challenger is 4 doors. But they could still be considered muscle cars. And so, the muscle car movement returns, stronger than ever.